Being a global superstar means not only having a huge fan base, but also being a target for robbers and other criminals. Of course, Inter Miami is well aware of this and has provided Leo Messi with the most powerful security possible. In this video, Inside Football explains how the GOAT security is organized in the United States and who this mysterious bodyguard who follows Leo all the time is. Be sure to subscribe to our channel because it's safe to learn about all the football stories with us. Let's go! Do you remember when the internet was flooded with photos and videos of Messi and his family shopping in a supermarket? Everyone was surprised that Leo was calmly walking around in a public place, and no one bothered him. At least, that was the case for a while. Eventually, people began to identify him, and the Argentinian was forced to make a tactical retreat to his car. But in Europe, even such a short walk would have been impossible without the crowd gathering around him. So Messi's fans' surprise was understandable. Some were happy for the Argentinian, saying that he would finally have a quieter life. However, other people were concerned about Leo's safety because stars of this caliber are always the target of robbers. And even a country like the United States is no exception in this regard. Back then, it was clear that the security matter needed to be handled more responsibly. All of those security protocols are already prepared both here and away. And it's not just for our games. It's gonna be an everyday occurrence and something we witnessed and I thought handled very well when Messi was here with Argentina before the World Cup. Inter co-owner Jorge Mas said before Leo's arrival. Inter did increase the overall level of security at the club, but personal actions were taken towards Messi. Media reports say that David Beckham himself hired a personal bodyguard to provide additional security for Leo. Others write that the club did it. Nevertheless, the fact remains that Messi has a personal bodyguard who follows the Argentinians every step during match days. Just look at these menacing-looking men. Indeed, his appearance alone will often be enough to discourage villains from harming Leo in any way. This bodyguard immediately became popular on the internet, just like anyone who flies into Messi's orbit. So let's dive a little deeper into this man's work and see how professional he is at his job. Most of you have probably seen this cute footage of Leo and Antonella talking after winning the League's Cup. Here's a little backstage from that moment. From this angle, we can see how the security guard, allowing to shoot Leo a little bit, chases the cameraman away. That is, he cares not only about Messi's safety but also about him not being bothered. Some people were angry about the episode in which the bodyguard threw away the Argentina national team shirt here. They said it was disrespectful to the symbol, but why throw a shirt at a person? It seems that the security guard did a good job. It's quite interesting how he prevents fans from hugging Leo while taking pictures. This is also a kind of protection of the player's personal boundaries. However, notice how elegantly and politely he takes the fans' hands away. No roughness at all. The security guard also has permission to be close to the pitch during matches, which is quite unique. But Messi is not an ordinary person, so such security measures are rather logical. Moreover, at least once, it paid off. Here, a fan who jumped onto the pitch was prevented by a security guard from getting to Leo. As soon as the final whistle is blown, the bodyguard immediately enters the pitch and approaches Messi to prevent potential offenders from running onto the pitch and disturbing the Argentinian. So far, we know of only one case when a fan managed to sneak in and take a photo with Leo. In general, we can say that the fans are happy with the man's work. They especially like the way the guard scans the space looking for danger around Leo. This guy ain't kidding. Scans like Xavi on his best days. Messi is in safe hands. Miami is taking good care of the greatest in history. Fans write online. In fact, this man became the successor of Rodrigo de Paul, who performed these duties in the Argentinian national team. We wonder if Rodrigo is proud of his colleagues' work. And of course, we know that you are interested in learning more about who this guard is. Well, we managed to find this information and are happy to share it with you. In fact, there was little information about these men. It was only written that he was a former US Navy SEAL with combat experience in Afghanistan and Iraq. Knowing this makes you want to approach him even less. The guard's name is Yassine, and apart from his name, it's impossible to find any other information about him. Here's his Instagram page. It's definitely not a fake, because Leo himself follows Yassine. The page shows that the guard is obsessed with the gym and mixed martial arts. His Instagram is 100% composed of workouts, competitions, and photos showing off his muscular body. The fact that no more information about Yassine can be found only confirms the theory of his military background. After all, the US government, like any other, seeks to keep information about military personnel secret, even about former ones. From this shot, we can conclude that Yassine is quite familiar with David Beckham. It was probably Bex who hired him to guard Leo. We also see that Yassine has a good relationship with, at a minimum, Joseph Martinez. Perhaps he knows other Inter players as well, since he was quite friendly with them and took photos with Leo for them. Friends, please support this video by liking it if you enjoy the story about Messi security. Let's move on. We would also like to unveil the secret of how Leo's security was organized on the day of his presentation as an Inter player. Matthias Zacconi, Leo's compatriot who has been living in the United States for over 20 years and is the founder of the security firm FTS Miami, told about this operation. It was this agency that Inter contacted to safely present Messi. It all started with the transfer of Messi and his family from the house to the stadium. The transfer requires prior organization. First, we ask how many people are going to the part of the displacement. In this case, they were Lionel, Antonella, Ciro, Thiago, and Matteo. Matthias explained in an interview with The Nation. He continued, "Then the vehicle to be used is determined. We opted for a Cadillac Escalade pickup truck, the same one used by the President of the United States. It has a specialty of agility to avoid certain places." Yes, you guessed it. They used the same vehicle for Messi security as the one used to protect the President of the United States. That is the ultimate level. Leo's trip to the stadium was also coordinated with the local police, who operated as an escort. You know, it's an extraordinary event when government services are involved. At the stadium itself, everything was also under Zacconi's control. I assigned guards to different positions on the north, south, east, and west sides of the complex with the intention of covering as much space as possible. Leo was surrounded by 10 guards. He said, "Of course, it was important that nothing would affect the action on the pitch during the presentation. The security team, according to the boss, thwarted 6 pitch invasion attempts. Our only objective was to be able to have him in the open field without anyone touching him," Matthias said. Indeed, if you dive into the process, you understand the size of Leo's figure much better. So much work goes on behind the scenes. With Messi's arrival, it's not just Inter that have faced increased security requirements. This applies to all the clubs that Leo will visit with his new team, as the hype will be incredible in every arena. CBS Philadelphia even made a special report on how a local club was preparing to host Inter with Leo. There, a police officer says that they usually do their job on their own, while 10 different police departments from all over the country were involved in this particular match. This is the Messi effect. Friends, write in the comments if you were impressed by the security measures surrounding Leo and choose other videos from the suggested ones to watch. It was Inside Football. We watch football from a different angle. Have a nice one and see you in a bit.